This Pitch Breakfast video is brought to you by Spangler and Agins.
Good morning. Thank you, Jim. My name is Mike Bartholomew. Best apps in golf, golf course app unlike any other. I'm the founder of this enterprise, soon to get going. A little bit about my background. I spent 20 years in the golf industry as a PGA club professional, and wearing a lot of different hats, managing golf courses, running the operations, doing budgeting, marketing, teaching golf, a number of things. So golf has been in my blood, even though I'm not in that area of the industry. But I've always had a fascination with an interest in marketing, technology, golf, and so that's kind of where I am right now and how I came up with this. Why am I doing a golf app? Well, everybody knows what apps are like now. They're very popular. 10 billion apps were downloaded in a 4-month period last year. The first 3.5 years of the iPhone, it was 10 billion apps were downloaded. Specifically for business apps, there's going to be a huge growth, I feel, in a lot of different industries with business apps over the next several years. So our mission is basically to create and design a very unique golf app for golf courses. It's a free app to the users, the clients, the golfers, but it is an app that's going to be sold to golf courses, which is going to have a multi-purpose function in terms of marketing the course, as well as a number of uses for the client to help stimulate interest, drive revenues, and just a whole number of other tools. I'm going to utilize a lot of today's technologies. We're going to utilize the capability of doing some really cool aerial video, which I'll talk about in just a moment here, to showcase the golf holes. Everybody knows, if you haven't played golf, you know golf courses are beautiful pieces of property. That's one of the primary reasons people play. So we're going to showcase the golf courses in a different way than other than photos. So a little bit about the industry, over 15,000 courses. Average course doing about 1.4 million. Golf courses do not spend that much in advertising, but ranging from anywhere from a low of $15,000 to $100,000 a year in their marketing. A bulk of that is spent on, unfortunately, a lot of them are still spending it on print magazines, and print is not as effective as it was in the past, newspaper, rack cards, etc. But virtually all golf courses do have a website. That's a fact. About 100%, I would imagine. I'm not sure, but close to it. But smartphones, that's where we're going. We all know, goodness gracious, I would imagine the percentage of golfers with a smartphone is over the 58% of adults in the United States who currently have smartphones. It might be 70, 80% or even more. And a lot of the research that I found says that most of us spend most of our time with our smartphones with apps. And the normal players, YouTube, Facebooks, but business apps are coming. So my belief is that smart golf courses, smart owners, they're struggling to find ways to effectively spend their marketing budget. And we're gonna hit them with the coolest golf app ever designed here. Currently, right now, less than 5% of the golf courses have apps right now in place. So it's an open market. We all know about having an online presence with your website. You better be mobile friendly to have an online presence, if you will. But to have a smartphone presence, you need to have that icon, don't you? You want to be seen, have that top of mind awareness, word of mouth marketing with a real cool app. Well, that's what we're going to do here. I think apps are only going to continue to grow with businesses. As far as I know, Apple and Google control that market there and how you get on there. It's just a different animal than just having a website. I'm not saying the internet's going to go away, that's for sure. So this is going to be a rich in content, robust type of app, to say the least. As I said, there are 2 competitors that I will have in the United States. They've been researched and looked at carefully. My app is already built, but the feature thing that's going to create the buzz in this is going to be the aerial video of each golf hole from a golfer's perspective, and it's going to be done with a drone. with a camera. And drones weren't around 3 years to do this. They're around now. I'm not going to be the first one to do aerial video of a golf course. It's already being done. There's a company in Europe that specifically focuses on that, and that's Fly Over Green here. I don't know if I can play that video there. Can that video be played on the slide? Bummer.
So we'll go a different route.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
All right, I'll jump in. In full disclosure, I'm a recovering golf entrepreneur, so I think I'm mostly cured at this point. Obviously, you've been in the industry. I've been in the industry. It's really difficult to sell stuff to clubs, especially now because it's a contracting market. Budgets are extremely tight.
Yes.
If you go to them with an app that may put their golf course in a really good view, the big question is, how do you get the eyeballs? How do you get the audience? If I'm a course and say, hey, your app is super cool, how many people are using your app? If you say, hey, I have 10 million people or 20 million people, so it's kind of, what's the go-to-market strategy and how do you get the audience?
I'm there. We're there. It takes a few minutes to get through. I've never done this type of presentation, trying to get all that content in so fast. But the pilot app is built. We're going to release the pilot app at a high-profile golf course in Hilton Head, South Carolina in June. There will be marketing. The marketing is the key. How are we going to get the word out? There's going to be a developer website, obviously, but there is going to be an targeted email blast as one of the strategic things to all the golf course owners in the United States, decision makers with golf courses. That's who we got to get in front of. It's not the golfers. It's the decision makers at the golf course. The app is, it's a $3,000 app, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive than my competitors because of the production costs. To be quite honest with you, that's the primary cost. But we will have the capability of offering, making that a free app, and that's if for the public course to decide they want to have 6 or 7 of their pages on the app being having advertising. Local companies advertising on the app and getting a lot of view time there. That will be that part. There's going to be a lot of friendly uses for the private clubs. Since I was at a private club before, I know from a professional standpoint and a member standpoint, you need to have a lot of cool things with their services and features where people are going to use it on a daily basis. You got to have an app that's going to be used all the time for it to be credible, sustainable on the smartphone. So that's.
So and I don't mean to kind of dig in again on it, but it's the golfers that this app is trying to promote the course to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
So how do you get all the golfers to use the app, know about the app?
So basically, like the pilot course, they're going to push the app via advertising, obviously on their landing page of their website, download a new app. They'll have signage in the golf course. They're going to be asking everybody to sign up for push notifications so we can track all the promotions we're going to do. They'll be putting the golfers of things going on. We're going to have, so no question, the apps are lost in space in the search directory of App Store. So
yeah, there's tons of them. It's hard to get noticed these days.
Can't find them, right? But it's going to be up to the golf course to push it out to their membership or the golfers. They do that through all their other ways of marketing and advertising. So.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting idea. Especially the aerial views. It's going to happen, right?
Right. It is.
Question is whether you become more of a production company versus an app company, right? I do have a little experience with selling the golf courses too, and I really encourage you to think through the unit economics of how much it's going to cost to acquire a golf course customer, and how much you're going to make, and get an early read on that, and don't fall in love with it. If you have a meeting and they love it in terms of smiling and saying this is really interesting, but they're not taking their checkbook out and writing you a check.
Right.
Be really cold and calculated with yourself on that early on, because the trap you can fall into with something like this is you have one great meeting with a golf course, then a second great meeting, then a third great meeting, and they love it, but they're not buying. And if that's the case, be careful with your money. because you can have a long sales cycle. There's an expression, long run for short slide. You can have a very long sales cycle for very little at the end. And so if you're getting detection points early on that it's taking more than one meeting to close on a $3,000 sale, be careful.
Yeah, you can't have that early.
Right.
You can't have it more than one call closes, what it's
Right.
going to have to be. Basically, I agree 100%.
I have no experience with golf. I can barely make contact with the ball, so definitely better for them to give feedback first. You know, you said $3,000, but you also had said earlier that the average marketing budget for a golf course was $36,000. So even though $3,000 sounds like a relatively small sale, it's like average 10% of their marketing budget. So, you know, just kind of building on Tom's point.
That's for the year, though. That's a one-time investment, and then after that, it's $50 per month for management and hosting and support fees, so that the app can be continually updated. So that's $600 a year.
Right.
So that's not going to be a deal
But
breaker.
I do think, you know, just kind of building on what these guys have said, that you're going to have to demonstrate up front that they can drive the usage, and you'll have to demonstrate up front the value to the golf course.
Right.
And maybe, I don't know if you've included in your budget supporting some of this marketing. I mean, you talked about they're going to have signage at the golf course and they're going to do push notifications. Are those things that you're going to support, like give them the design tools for that? Is that kind of built into your budget, or are you just going to have the app and leave it up to them to market it?
No, there's cooperation with the pilot course. There's going to be no fees for them. It's being done by the company. So there's an agreement that certain things are going to happen on their end to promote the app. Now with the apps, on the apps end, we're going to be to track all of it, not just the downloads. Just downloading an app, saying, oh, we got 10,000 downloads is no good. No, we're going to be to track the number of pages that are open, zip codes where people are from.
Right, but I think what the golf course is probably going to want to track more than those metrics is some kind of revenue. They're going to want to track a return on investment. If it is, I hear what you're saying. It's only a one-time fee, but for that year, it's 10% of their marketing budget. So that may be a harder hurdle to get over, and they're going to want to be able to track some kind of revenue. Did it drive more, people coming to play golf at their course? Did it drive more frequency, so they already had that customer, but now they're playing golf there more often, or they're bringing their friends? I mean, those are probably the type of metrics that the golf course is going to want to track. And I don't know if you have a way of doing that.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay. We're going to do that the first 60 days, because all this information that we collect over the introduction of the pilot app, all this data is going to be, on showcase on the developer website. So that's where the golf courses are going to go. They're going to look at the app, and then they're going to go to the developer website and get more information about what this app's all about in terms of, what are the metrics that we captured from this pilot app. I'm also looking for a golf course in Charlotte, ideally a private course. So if there's any golf members out there, talk to me.
How you doing? My name is Patrick. I have a quick question. So essentially this is you build it one time and then you white label it type of deal?
It's going to have some custom features from client to client, but it's not going to be a cookie cutter type template, if you will.
Because I develop apps. It's just hard for me to develop an app for $3,000.
I'm sorry?
It's just hard to develop an app for $3,000. And I developed it myself. So that's why I asked you, was it a white label deal? Like you're going to have one, and then another golf comes in, and then you kind of just change a few things, add custom things, and then keep going.
Correct.
Okay, therefore it's affordable. Okay,
yes, that's right.
So my name is Amanda, and I'm the founder of Flying Style. We're an airport app, and our business models are pretty similar. So we're dealing with an app to help market for airports, and we also have to deal with travelers that have to be engaged. And my gut, I'm a marketer, by the way, and I golf.
Great.
So my gut is telling me that the videos, while they're probably interesting to sell into the golf course, is not going to keep your golfers engaged, because it will help them when they're trying to figure out how to make a shot. But the question is, will they remember to take out their phone before they pick up their club? I think, and this is just my thought, take it or leave it, but I think you're sitting on a bigger gold mine, which is the leagues. So gamification is already proven as a model to keep consumers engaged. Golf courses have people that sign up for leagues. So if you provide a tool that allows them to track all of their, you can still have the aerial view and all these things, but allow them to track their leagues where people sign up, they can share on social media, they can show rankings against their friends, they can incentivize them or prize them. That would be a really good marketing solution for a golf course, because they can, in between golfing, see how they're ranking against other people. If you white label it, so it solves the engagement problem. So just a thought, because I'm in a similar situation, I don't think it's going to be enough to keep them engaged with just the videos. I think you're going to have to think a little harder on the marketing to the consumers, but I think you've got this captive thing that's already sort of built into golf that you can leverage.
Right, thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, there'll be some things integrated in the app with respect to events and tracking results and things. There are apps obviously out there for golf tournaments and online real-time scoring and such, and I'm looking at actually incorporating some of those into the app itself. I agree 100% with that. But the videos will attract a lot of attention because of golf courses are always looking for public courses anyway, are looking for new players. This can be a great way to showcase their golf course to those new golfers as well.
Okay. So I'm a big golfer, and I've downloaded 1,000 different apps trying to figure out, how to play better on a course where I haven't played before and whatnot. But I'm also a big traveler, and have you thought about kind of entertaining the idea of having a map, being able to zoom out and have different points, and say you're looking at Hilton Head, and you can click on any of the clubs right there and just kind of get a preview of the whole course. So I'm a traveler, I'm going to Hilton Head, and I kind of want to see which course would be best for me, or what looks the coolest.
That would be a cool app. That would be great.
Yeah, just things like that. So just like travel golf,
Yeah.
Just incorporate it with the course.
Yeah. Right now, if what you're saying is get a preview of the course. My competitors are using some technologies like using Google Earth to zoom in on the golf course, on the golf hole, shoot a picture and tie a bunch of pictures together into a 10-second video, and they're showing that to the golfers, and it looks horrible, to be quite honest with you. It's actually, you turn it off before you even want to watch more of it. There's no question, we already know, I'm pretty sure, when we release this app, it's going to create a lot of buzz in a very golf-rich community. So that's what we're kind of hoping for.
Okay.